East Coast, you need to be on alert as we're watching Sandy. Right now, it's over the Caribbean, getting ready, actually. It has pushed north of Cuba, so it's moving into the open waters of the Atlantic Basin. We are watching it very, very closely for you. It is a hurricane with 105-mile-an-hour winds. There you see the threat now anywhere from the east coast of Florida all the way to New England. Sandy could become a rare meteorological event like the perfect storm of 1991. The Halloween nor'easter absorbed Hurricane Grace and created a storm that sunk dozens of fishing vessels and waves well over 30 feet. Our affiliate now in Massachusetts talks with the fishermen preparing for Sandy right now.
No one believes it's going to happen until it does.
That's the problem with storms like the one possibly headed our way next week. Even with the best predictors and looking at all the computer models, it's still tough to convince a fisherman, like the lifelong ones here in Gloucester, Massachusetts, that a big storm is going to hit.
I looked at every storm they ever did, and I can look at the seagulls. They'll tell me more than the weatherman's done.
Jaded as they are, no one knows like these fishermen at the Crow's Nest just how dangerous the sea can be, especially when a hurricane churns up the ocean beneath their boat.
I've been fishing 50 years. They seem quite big, a little scary. But if you have too much fear, you can't do your job.
I've been on 9 boats that sank, so, I'm still alive.
Pretty much all these men knew the crew of the Andrea Gale, immortalized in the movie The Perfect Storm. They were lost at sea 21 years ago this Sunday, the same day Hurricane Sandy could hit.
We were all convinced that they were going to come back, or they were going to be found, and it just did not happen.
Now they pray for those just trying to make a living out in the open water.
I think about those people that are out there on the water because it's not going to affect me that bad. A tree might fall in the house, something like that, but those people that are out there really at the mercy of the storm.
That's why charter captains like Nick Danicus of Cape Ann Whale Watch will be making his last trip Saturday and then securing his boat appropriately named the Hurricane 2 and wrapping things up for the season.
Because when the wind comes from the northeast this way, this thing acts like a big kite, and it pulls all this whole dock over this way.
Captain Nick says he'll be putting out hurricane cables to try to secure this area to keep his whale watching boat from being damaged. In Gloucester, Massachusetts, Alicia Palumbo, NECN.
All right, let's get the latest now on Hurricane Sandy's path. Our hurricane specialist, Carl Parker, joins us now. And Carl, I'll tell you what, we're comparing it to the perfect storm, but the thing about it is that the perfect storm was out over open waters. Sandy could actually have a bigger impact because it very well could move inland over the northeast.
Yeah, we think that's going to be the case. It's looking more and more like that. The question is just where exactly along the coast is that going to occur? And I want to show you the American model, the U.S. GFS model, very solid performer. Look at the size of this storm. Tremendous storm, the core of which in this case, moving up into Maine, there would still be quite a bit of wind across much of the northeast and particularly in New England, but that is not quite as bad a scenario as what we're seeing on the European model, which takes the core of the storm right into the Delaware Bay and New Jersey. And so if we zoom in a little bit and slow this down, you can see that on Sunday the timing would be that we'd see very strong wind in the Carolinas, beginning to get much windier in the mid-Atlantic region late Sunday, and then Monday would be the big day in New Jersey and Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania. Tremendous windstorm across the entire region, just a huge area of strong wind, potentially knocking out power to millions, and then you'd have a very long fetch, winds driving water on shore, piling up the water, creating huge waves and massive beach erosion there. This could be a storm for the ages, really, if it does happen just like that. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. And our